I want to talk about a country which has had the world's best performing stock market in 2018. We're talking about Jamaica, of course. And we're joined now by the island's finance minister, Nigel Clarke. I'm very pleased to say is here with us in New York, visiting the United Nations. Wonderful to have you with us. What an end to 2018. What a beginning to 2019. Fitch upgrading your debt rating, seeing that you're managing to square your public finances, cutting the debt load, seeing renaissance in terms of mining. What's the sweet spot right now? What's your secret sauce?
Jamaica has had tremendous performance over the last several years with restoration of macroeconomic stability and a return to growth. We've had 16 consecutive quarters of economic growth, and we have been engaging in a series of structural reforms, fiscal, monetary, and other reforms to restore the economy's health. And the results have been gaining attention around the world.
And the stock market is responding as well. The central bank is supporting education of what's going on economically, tackling debt specifically. You mentioned reforms. What was interesting was there was a series of videos that was released on Twitter addressing inflation and monetary policy. Talk to us about how that came about.
Well, Jamaica has for a very long time had a monetary regime that focused on the exchange rate as a tool of monetary policy. We have been moving away from that gradually, from a managed float to a market-determined exchange rate, with an inflation target being the anchor of monetary policy. Late last year, in a speech I gave, I sent out a very light-hearted critique to the central bank, saying that they're doing all of this but not communicating to the Jamaican people, who ultimately they are accountable to. We have legislation in Parliament to make the central bank independent. And did they respond to my critique? Responded by originating a series of videos designed to bring the Jamaican people into the conversation, into this big change that we're making, this policy change. We have legislation to make the central bank independent. So monetary policy, the implementation of it will be independent of the executive, and moving towards an inflation targeting regime as a cornerstone of monetary policy. And it was very important to communicate to the Jamaican people in the best way possible. And the fact is that in Jamaica, whether you're communicating about a glass of juice or beer, or you're communicating complex monetary policy, music helps music helps the communication effort. And they wouldn't have expected the video to had received as much attention as it did, but very happy that the message is getting across to the Jamaican people.
Did it go viral? Did it go viral, the videos?
The video, yes, yes, the video went viral, absolutely. Measured by the number of times it was shared and the number of times it was viewed, it went viral and it was seen all over the world. I believe the central bank got comments from monetary policymakers in other countries.
There it is.
Recommending.
Well, we can't listen in, but we can certainly watch it.
There we go. There's the music.
Exactly. Just showing how reggae can be a form of communication. I'm interested in the communication of how you talk about growth going forward. Because at the moment, we're seeing what I saw Fitch saying, like, you're going to get about 2% growth going for the next couple of years. But the Prime Minister's focus is for 4%. How is that to be achieved? Why is it not yet achieved?
Yes. So Jamaica, is emerging from a period of high debt and low growth over a long period of time. Our growth over 40 years was about 0.9%. Over the last 10 years was about 0.2%. Over the last 5 years, about 0.5%. We are now seeing growth at a level of 2%, and we've had 16 consecutive quarters of economic growth, the longest such stretch of quarterly growth since we started measuring growth quarterly in 1997. We, as you have quoted the Prime Minister, we want to elevate levels of growth, and so we are investing in infrastructure to allow us to improve the productivity of business. We are investing in training to improve the productivity of labor, and we are reforming our tax system, bringing forth greater economic efficiency by getting rid of distortionary taxes that distort the allocation of capital in the economy.